And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. This may be the wildest diet trend you have ever heard. Some gym bros and amateur bodybuilders are turning to dog food like Alpo, that kind of stuff, for their source of protein. A fitness influencer filmed himself tasting some food from Kibbles and Bits. Check it out.
Anyone says this is fake, this is a freshly opened bag of dog food, so let's get a bowl going here. Okay, it's for the gains. It's for the gains. Cheers to the gains, baby. Oh my God, we're gonna try this guy. Oh.
Wow, now as you can tell, he didn't like the taste, and he says no amount of gym gains are worth chomping down on doggy chow. Let's talk about it. Joining me here on The Factor Uncensored tonight, the owner of the Toning Zone, Sharice Traylor, the director of D1 Coaching Sugarland, Vincent Hall, and professional bodybuilder Gary Nix. Glad to have you here on The Factor. Sharice, come on now. Would you try it? Would you at least try it?
No. I mean,
now wait. Did we not all try like some of our dogs' food when we were a kid?
I'm gonna be honest.
I was the only one who did.
No, I did.
It looked like
the milk bone.
Yeah.
The milk bone. That was like a little piece.
I tried it. I was
little. We were kids, right? But it was just a smaller piece, and luckily I didn't get sick. But no, that's not safe to do. And it's not worth the amount of protein you're going to get.
And there's no scientific proof, right?
No, I mean, no, there's zero. And the nutrition is different for dogs and for humans. And you really would have to eat a whole. Right. You would have to eat a whole. I looked this up. You would have to eat a whole cup of dog food to get like 25 grams.
Yeah,
so why not? Right. Just get a cup. Just get you a couple of scoops of protein.
Gary, let's hear from you. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, one, I just believe it's the most asinine thing I've ever heard. Just the fact that anyone would even try this and even think about it, right? It, it makes the guys that are serious about this thing look like, a joke, right? And then you have the guys that are doing this, and what we're seeing to the younger generation of bodybuilders that are coming up, that this might be something that's actually they can do. But the truth is not sustainable in any way, shape, or form. And the possibility of getting sick, right, over a period of time, your body cannot handle that because, as Sharice said, it's the nutritional value. The FDA has not deemed this something that humans can consume for any period of time.
Sure.
So it's just not the smartest idea whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right. It is.
A dog's gut
blows my
handle,
mind to think that anyone
Absolutely.
would
Well,
think
Vincent, this is your generation. These your people, Vincent.
Well, as a strength coach or a fitness influencer, we have a responsibility to teach people how to, not only work out but eat correctly. So with social media, you should use that as a bridge to show people how to do things correctly.
Is this irresponsible in your opinion?
Very irresponsible.
Even if they're trying and say, oh, I hate it, but still you're putting people on that path.
Yeah, well, because now the next person's going, like he said, the next person's going to try. The next young person, young kid who's watching, scrolling through TikTok is going to try, ends up getting sick. Who's holding this guy accountable to, foster doing something like this? It's not sustainable at all.
And Sharice, what would be your best advice for those who are looking for real substantial gains in their health routine?
For substantial gains, like I said, you can get a couple of scoops of protein, whey protein, put in a drink, and you can get your 30 grams of protein. Protein is what builds muscles. So that's the safest way to get your protein and build.
And when we hear like chicken and all of that.
Right, your protein is in your meat, your dairy, but you'd have to eat a lot more chicken to get the same amount of 2 scoops of of protein. But yeah, so that's definitely the way to get.
And Gary, what advice would you give to young people who may go to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and see these videos? And it may not just be the dog food challenge or whatever we're talking about, bow wow, yippee-yay, but something else. would you tell them, do your research first before you put anything into your body like that?
That is absolutely what I'd tell them, is to, okay, it's fun to look at stuff like that.
Right.
And a lot of times TikTok and Instagram and all those things, people trying to get likes. I mean, we've jumped into this idea that likes are better than common sense, right? Yeah. So actually taking the time to research what you're getting into, it's what I do. I don't, even my coach, when we talk, he tells me, okay, research it, take a look at it and see what you think before you start putting stuff in your body. Not everything's for everyone. And we just don't want to start creating a generation of people that are looking for shortcuts. You got to do the work.
And Vincent, what's your best advice for young people out there in the last 30 seconds we have?
If you're using social media to find a program or something like that, look for their certifications. So see if they have some form of certification in their bio, in their whatever.
Not the damn blue check mark.
No, not the blue check mark.
Certification.
A certification. See if these people are certified or have some type of backing. That way, at least they have researched or learned about what they're talking about. So I would look for certification.
We want to thank you all for joining us here on The Factor.